Welcome! On this channel, you'll discover hypnotic stories that quiet your thoughts and awaken something deeper within you. Each one crafted to soothe your nervous system and guide you gently inward through metaphor, mystery, and voice. But what if the story you need most isn't about escaping your life, but remembering it differently? So, in just a moment, I will begin the story, and as I do, you may find yourself effortlessly carried along, floating in the rhythm of words, settling deeper, relaxing more, open and receptive to every soothing detail. So now, just let go, let yourself drift, and listen. The Room with the Locked Window. A hypnotic story about remembering who you are, even when someone tries to make you forget. There was once a woman named Elara, and for a long time, Elara lived in a house with many rooms. Each room had a purpose. One was for music. One was for dancing barefoot on cool wooden floors. One held books stacked so high they brushed the ceiling. And one room, Elara's favorite, was filled with light. A large window opened toward the east, catching the soft sun each morning, like a kiss on her cheek. But over time, that room changed. It didn't happen all at once. It never does. Just a small comment here, a subtle criticism there, from someone she trusted, someone who said they loved her. His name was Adrian, and he seemed, at first, to bring warmth with him. He smiled wide, asked deep questions, listened as though he heard not just her words, but her soul. He told her she was special, different, that he had never met anyone like her. And she believed him. But then he began to close the windows. Not all at once. Not obviously. Just a gentle, "That's really not you, is it?" Or, "You don't actually like that book, do you?" Or, "I don't think you remember that right." At first, Elara laughed, shrugged it off. Everyone has a different perspective, right? But the next time she entered her favorite room, something felt colder. The light didn't fall quite the same way. It was still there, but dimmer. She noticed the window had been locked. And when she asked, Adrian smiled and said, "You must have locked it. I certainly didn't." His voice was calm, kind, convincing. Elara blinked. Had she? She didn't remember locking it. But maybe she had. Maybe her memory was just off. And slowly, the rooms began to shift. The music room fell silent. The dance room gathered dust. The library felt heavier, like the books themselves were too tired to tell stories anymore. And the bright room? It was always just a little too cold, just a little too dim, and always, always locked. But the thing about truth is, it never goes away. It can be buried, hidden, twisted, mocked. But it doesn't die. It waits. And one night, when the house was quiet and Adrian was away, Elara wandered, barefoot, through her halls. She wasn't looking for anything in particular. Maybe just a breeze. Maybe a part of herself she thought she'd misplaced. She passed the library. She passed the silent piano. and she stood before the locked room. She placed her hands on the knob, and something whispered. Not a sound exactly, more like a memory, a feeling, a knowing. You didn't lock the window. The words were quiet, gentle, but they rang true, like the sound of wind chimes in still air. And something deep inside her had stirred. She went to the kitchen, to the drawer where the old brass key had always been. The key Adrian said had been lost. But it wasn't lost. It had just been moved. She returned to the door. Her heart, once unsure, now beat with a quiet rhythm. Yes. 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 She turned the key with a soft click, and when she opened the door, light spilled out. Not harsh, not loud, just warm, kind, certain. Elara stepped into the room, and for the first time in a long time, she saw herself. Not through Adrian's eyes, not through a distorted mirror of manipulation, but clearly as she was. And she wept, not from sadness, but from the relief of returning. She opened the window. The breeze rushed in like an old friend, carrying the scent she had realized she had missed. Wild flowers, rain, possibility. That night she slept in the room. She wrapped herself in a blanket of moonlight and truth. And in the morning, when Adrian had returned and tried to explain, to twist, to sweet talk, to deny, Elara simply said no. No explanation, no argument, no rage. Just full-bodied, soul-rooted no. Because when you remember who you are, you no longer need permission to be it. She left the house not long after, started fresh in a cottage by the sea. Their rooms were small but filled with music, books, dancing, and laughter. And the windows? Every one of them wide open. Hypnotic induction. The light was never gone. Before we begin, find a comfortable position. Let your body settle into stillness, like a leaf floating on a calm lake. Feel the surface beneath you, how it supports you fully, effortlessly. And just take a slow, easy breath in and let it go. Let's do that again, but slower now. Inhale, like drawing in peace through the soles of your feet. And exhale, releasing anything heavy, anything untrue, anything that doesn't belong to you. Good. Now, gently allow your eyes to close, not as a command, but as an invitation, as if your eyelids were tired from carrying so many stories that were never yours to begin with. Let them rest. Let yourself rest. Imagine now that you're walking through a quiet house. It may feel familiar, or it may be entirely imagined. But what matters is the feeling, the hush in the air, the soft light flittering through the curtains, and the sound of your own breath, steady, present, true. As you walk, you pass doors. Some are open, some are closed. But ahead of you, one door waits. A particular one. The one that holds your forgotten light. Let your hand reach for the handle. It might feel cool to the touch, old, worn, but still strong. And just as your fingers wrap around it, you pause, not in fear, but in readiness. Because this moment is where truth returns, where your inner knowing rises to the surface. Like a key you thought you'd lost, now warm in your palm. You turn the handle, the door opens, and the light spills into your awareness. A golden warmth that touches your chest, your shoulders, your face. It's not light from the outside. It's not someone else's approval or affection. This light is you. And as it fills you, you begin to remember that your perception is valid, that your intuition was never wrong, that love should never make you feel small, that you never needed to earn your worth. And that room, the one with the locked window, was always waiting for you to return. Let that knowing fill your body like breath. Let it soothe the places where doubt once whispered. Let it clear the mirrors others try to smudge. And with every breath, feel your truth settling back into place. Gently, peacefully, unshakably. Take one more deep breath in now. And with the exhale, release any echo of confusion, manipulation, or shame. Like dust caught in sunlight, you watch it drift away, weightless, gone. Now, when you're ready, you begin to return to this moment, not with a jolt, but like a waking up from a dream that brought you home. Bring with you the warmth of light, the clarity of your voice, the strength of your truth. And when you open your eyes again, know this: the window is open, and the light was never truly gone. It was waiting for you. So the key meanings to the story. Number 1. Gaslighting creates internal confusion by distorting perception. The locked window symbolizes how gaslighting isolates you from your own inner light and clarity. Elara forgetting whether she locked herself reflects how repeated invalidation erodes self-trust. Number 2. The truth of who you are never disappear. it waits. The room filled with light is always there, just temporary and inaccessible. This represents your true self, intuition, and knowing, which can be obscured but never destroyed by manipulation. Number 3, freedom begins with remembering. Healing from gaslighting doesn't always come through confrontation, but through quiet reconnection with your own reality. Elara's awakening starts with a feeling, not logic, a whisper of truth from within. Number 4, reclaiming yourself is a gentle, powerful act. There is no grand showdown in the story, just a soft but resolute no. That moment marks reclamation of Elara's agency. Healing doesn't need to be dramatic to be real. It can be quiet and soul deep. Number 5, leaving doesn't mean starting over. It means coming home. When Elara moves to the cottage by the sea, she doesn't become someone new. She becomes herself again. It's not reinvention, it's remembrance. And once again, you've done beautifully. By simply listening, you've given yourself the gift of stillness, presence, and healing. And maybe something inside you has shifted, subtly, gently, like a curtain parting to reveal a little bit more light. If the story brought you peace, clarity, and a moment of rest, know that there's more waiting for you here. I'd love for you to subscribe so you can return whenever you need a soft place to land. For now, let the feeling stay with you. Let the story echo through the quiet and return anytime you're ready to listen. And until next time, be well.